Listen, Jeff, transfer me $2,000 right now. Hurry, I'm in a rush.
Wait, what are you saying? Why do you suddenly need that much money?
It doesn't matter, I said transfer it now.
No, seriously, you can't just drop a number like that out of nowhere. At least tell me why you need it.
Ugh, do I really have to explain myself just to get some money? You're so stingy and useless.
Useless? Honey, I have my own expenses too. If you just explain, I'd consider it.
Your expenses? Who do you think you are, questioning me? You're way out of line.
Okay, you're going too far now. I work hard too, you know. You can't expect me to just say yes to everything.
Oh, please. The only reason you're surviving is because I've been supporting you all this time. Don't you forget.
I do appreciate what you've been doing for me, but asking for a huge amount without an explanation is unfair.
Unfair? That's why you're so mediocre. You're such a small-minded man.
This isn't about being small-minded. It's common sense. No one hands over money without knowing why.
Common sense? I'm not a commoner. I deserve special treatment. I'm worth it.
Special treatment, huh? Don't you think what you're saying is a bit out of line?
You're out of line. All you do is complain. It's exhausting.
I'm exhausted too, but I just want us to talk about this properly.
Fine, whatever. I won't ask you anymore. I'll go to someone else.
Oh yeah? Who would that be?
That's none of your business. I don't have time to deal with a useless guy like you.
Ugh. Do you not feel any gratitude towards me at all?
Ha! Why would I? If anything, I'm the victim here.
The victim? I've been trying my best to take care of you, but...
Oh, really? You? That's funny. I would have been better off doing everything myself.
Hearing that really hurts.
A guy saying he's hurt is so pathetic. If you've got something to say, back it up with money.
Even if I gave you the money, I don't think it'd fix anything between us.
I don't care about that. I just need the money. I can't believe I expected anything from a cheap guy like you.
If you had a real reason, I'd consider it, but your attitude is too much.
Oh, shut up! Hey, what on earth are you thinking? I can't believe you. This is exactly why you ended up divorced. It's been 10 months since you guys split up, and you still haven't paid any child support. Your child will be turning 1 soon.
Helen? What are you talking about? Out of the blue. I'm a bit taken aback by your message.
Natalie told me you were dangerous and that I shouldn't reach out to you, but I've had enough.
Excuse me? Dangerous? Me? What's she saying about me?
I understand the baby was born after the divorce, so maybe you feel disconnected, but you still have responsibilities.
Hold on. She had a baby? This is the first I've heard of it.
Oh, don't play dumb. I heard you raised your hand against her when she was pregnant. Don't act like this is news to you.
Wait, I'm very confused here. Are you saying I was violent toward her? I've never laid a hand on her.
Even if the baby was born after the divorce, it doesn't change the fact that it's yours. You need to pay child support.
My child? That's impossible. I didn't even know she was pregnant.
Don't deny it. She keeps telling me she can't make ends meet, and now she relies on me for everything.
I understand your frustration, but I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about.
My husband is in the hospital, and we're financially stretched as it is. Even though I adore my grandchild, we're struggling too.
Helen, I think there's been some misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? Are you serious?
There's no way Natalie could have had my child.
How can you even say that? You were married to her. You're so irresponsible. Your child is almost a year old, and you're refusing to step up.
So she hasn't mentioned anything to you, huh?
Of course she has. She told me you were an abusive husband.
Jeez.
She told me you were furious when you found out she was pregnant, and that you didn't want the child and hit her every day.
This is the first I've heard of this.
And now you're playing innocent. She said she wanted nothing to do with you anymore, but you're still the father. You need to take responsibility.
You're not really getting it, are you?
What's there to get? I've heard all about how terrible you were to her.
But we never even tried for it, so there's no way of conceiving.
Yeah, right. You guys were married.
Yes, I know, but actually, I had an oreectomy.
What?
I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. About a half year before the wedding. Unfortunately, I had to undergo surgery and, well, I can't have children.
That can't be true.
I explained everything to Natalie before we got married. She said it didn't matter and that she still wanted to be with me.
No way! She came home to visit us all the time, saying she was working hard to have kids soon. She even said you two were trying.
Did she really say that? She told me she would eventually explain everything to you guys, so I didn't say anything myself.
This can't be happening. But the fact remains, my grandchild has been born. If what you're saying is true, then whose child is it?
Since you said the baby is almost 1, it must have been born shortly after the divorce.
Exactly. There's no way you wouldn't have known. When the divorce was finalized, she was already in the late stages of pregnancy. You can't tell me you didn't notice her belly.
She told me it was abdominal swelling due to stress and water retention.
Huh?
She said that my stinginess was stressing her out and causing her health issues, and then she demanded a divorce.
Hold on.
I only brought up her reckless spending habits, and she completely blew up at me. After that, we barely spoke, and then one day she served me with divorce papers out of the blue.
And you just agreed to it?
Considering my medical condition, and since she wanted out, I thought it was for the best.
I'm so confused right now. Are you telling me she lied to all of us? You never laid a hand on her?
Not once.
And you never had marital relations with her?
If you speak with my doctor, he can confirm my condition.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Then whose child is my grandchild?
I have no idea.
This means she must have been unfaithful, right?
Is she living with you guys now?
No. She says she didn't want to live with us because our eldest son and his wife are here and it'd be uncomfortable. So she's renting an apartment.
I see.
She keeps telling me every month that she doesn't have enough money to get by. She claims it's because you're not paying child support.
Now, it makes sense.
I'm sorry. My head is spinning and I need to sort this out. I'll speak with her directly and get to the bottom of this.
You should.
If what you've said is true, I hope we can put this misunderstanding behind us.
Of course. All I want is to clear this up.
Oh, well then.
I'm Jeff, 35 years old. Given my medical condition, I never planned to get married. But when Natalie promised to love me no matter what, I softened my resolve and we tied the knot. Before we got married, I thought she was a modest and caring person. However, that perception changed almost immediately after the wedding. My father is the CEO of a major corporation, and it seems she had assumed that marrying me would secure her future as a CEO's wife, with unlimited wealth at her disposal. Her reckless spending quickly spiraled out of control, and when I tried to address it, she lashed out at me. She snapped, saying things like, I was useless as a man, and she couldn't even spend money freely. She didn't see the point of being married to me and thought our marriage was the worst mistake. Eventually, she stormed out of the house. I thought that would be the end of it, that she'd be out of my life for good. But little did I know what was coming next. Hey, we need to talk. I can't wrap my head around this.
What do you want now?
What are you thinking?
What's this about?
You've been telling my friends the reason for our divorce was that I was abusive?
Oh, that. Yeah, I've said that. Why?
Why? None of that is true. Stop making things up. And what about this? You actually sent me a bill for alimony?
Oh, so it arrived? Well, of course I did. Do you have any idea how much emotional pain I went through being married to you?
Emotional pain? If anyone suffered, it was me. Thanks to you, I've completely lost trust in women.
That's your problem. You were so stingy, never letting me spend anything.
Stingy? I was doing my best. Just because I work for my dad's company doesn't mean I get any special treatment.
And that's the problem. As the CEO's son, I thought I'd be living a life of luxury. But you were a total letdown.
And now you're asking me for alimony? Get real.
You should be thanking me for even marrying someone as incomplete as you. I lost out on this deal.
What's your angle here?
It's simple. I'm just making sure I get what I deserve.
We already settled this before. The property division is fair enough.
Fair enough? It's only $5,000. It doesn't even begin to cover my losses.
We were married for only a year, and thanks to your reckless spending, we couldn't save anything. If anything, $5,000 is an overpay.
You had savings before we got married.
That doesn't count in the divorce settlement.
Any decent husband would have handed over everything to his wife in a divorce.
No, they wouldn't.
I endured a marriage with no intimacy, no children, and constant emotional stress. It's only fair I get compensated for that.
We discussed all of this before getting married. You knew exactly what to expect.
I don't remember any of that. You lied to me.
Oh, and spreading that around helps you somehow?
Of course. Gotta control the narrative, right?
You've gotta be kidding me. Anyway, I owe you nothing. Drop this nonsense.
You can't give me what I want. That's the real issue, isn't it? If you don't pay, I'll tell everyone at your company that you're not even a real man.
Go ahead. There's nothing to hide.
Oh, come on. That's humiliating for any guy.
Not for me, it's not.
You're unbelievable. All you ever do is complain, and you're impossible to talk to. But let me make this clear. I'm not dropping the alimony claim, so get ready for it. This is all your fault anyway. Maybe you should think about what you've done.
Wait, you're saying this is my fault? What are you even talking about? Be specific.
You told my mom that I might have been cheating, didn't you? It's your meddling that caused all of this. Now she's mad and says she won't help me with living expenses anymore. What are you going to do about it?
Oh, that's why you're demanding money from me? This is beyond ridiculous.
Ridiculous or not, I don't care. Just take responsibility already.
When I heard you'd had a baby, I was stunned. Especially because it happened so soon after the split. It means you were pregnant while we were still married.
So what? The baby was born after we separated, so it's not a problem. And anyway, it's none of your business.
You mentioned the kid's birthday is coming up. Are you expecting me to celebrate or something?
I'm not expecting anything, but it's so cold-hearted of you not to even say a word about it. Honestly, you're so inconsiderate.
And what was that abdominal fluid excuse you gave? That was just a cover story, wasn't it?
And if it was? What, are you planning to come after me for cheating or something?
That's certainly an option. The way you're acting, it's tempting.
Don't you dare. I'm the one entitled to alimony here, not you. I'll be in touch again soon, so have the money ready by then. There's no way out of this for you. What are you dragging your feet for? I'm in a hurry. I need money to live and raise this child. Pay up now.
I've told you over and over, I'm not giving you a dime. No matter how much you keep pestering me, my answer isn't going to change.
You don't have the luxury of saying that. I need this money, and you have a duty to pay me. Take responsibility already.
A duty? I don't owe you a thing. What are you even basing that on?
Child support, of course. You should be paying it. It's for your child.
You know better than anyone that it isn't my child. Enough with your lies.
I'm not lying. She's absolutely yours. Or are you just too scared to admit it?
Don't give me that crap. There's absolutely no way, and you know it.
Well, there is a presumption of paternity if a child is born while the couple is still legally married. That's the law, and there's no arguing with it.
Who fed you that nonsense? That's absurd.
It's common knowledge. Everyone knows that. So officially, you're the father, and you're obligated to pay child support. You better wrap your head around that.
You're something else, you know that? You really have a knack for spinning things to suit yourself. It's impressive in a twisted sort of way.
I should have demanded this money sooner, but better late than never. You owe me everything from the day of the split until now, so pay up.
No. There's no way I'm giving in to such a ridiculous demand.
As I said, this is your obligation. Don't think you can escape it. You thought you'd never get the chance to be a father, and now you are. You should be grateful.
You've got to be kidding. Your logic is incomprehensible. Anyway, I did a little digging into you.
What? What do you mean digging?
I was curious. Why would someone like you suddenly have a kid? Motherhood isn't exactly your style.
How rude.
Turns out, it was all for the money, right? Using the child to make a profit. What kind of mother does that?
What are you talking about?
The guy you cheated with wasn't the only one. You've been with several men, haven't you?
Well, you were useless, so what was I supposed to do?
And now you're squeezing child support out of all of them.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Some of them are even married and terrified their wives will find out, so they just pay up to keep you quiet.
That's none of your business.
Well, that might be true. There's someone here who wants to have a word with you, so I've invited her.
What? Who? Mom? What are you doing? Why are you with Jeff? What on earth is going on? Natalie, how could you keep doing things like this? What are you even accusing me of? And why are you siding with him? I've met up with him a few times recently. He needed to explain some things to me. I can't believe this. Meeting your daughter's ex-husband? That's not normal, Mom. You've lost it. Under normal circumstances, you'd be right. But I couldn't rest until I heard directly from him how many lies you've told him.
I was just about to contact you, but you reached out to me first at a perfect time. She's heard everything, so we can cut to the chase.
I've seen what you've been typing here, too. To say I'm ashamed would be an understatement. I feel utterly humiliated.
By the way, just so you know, I've informed all of your partners about the situation.
What the hell? How dare you? You have no right.
Oh, and that's not all. I've conducted a full DNA test for the child, myself included.
Excuse me? You didn't even ask for my permission. What do you think you're doing?
You said earlier that legally I'm the father, right? That status gives me the legal right to confirm if that's true. Your mom was there to oversee the test. She's been incredibly helpful.
You bring her over all the time, so I needed to make sure. Traitor! Mom, you're a failure as a parent. No, the failure here is you. And don't think I don't know you've been lying about working.
For the record, I need proof to correct the child's legal status. That requires documentation showing there's no biological relationship, so we took care of it.
Oh no. What is that supposed to mean?
It means I'm taking every precaution so I don't get roped into paying child support for a kid that isn't mine. But I was honestly shocked. You've been involved with so many men.
So what? I'm a desirable woman. Of course I'm going to have options.
Do you know what we found? Not a single one of the men you've been extorting for child support matched the child's DNA. Not a single one. Do you understand what that means?
Wait, are you serious? That can't be real. I can't believe it. Who's the father then? Even now, are you going to keep lying? Well, I don't know. Oh, baby Jesus. Why not figure out who the real father is before demanding child support? That's the least you could do. I thought one of them had to be the father. Sure, there were a couple of one-night stands when I was drunk, but not that many.
One-night stands? Drunken mistakes? That's disgraceful. Do you even understand what it means to be a mother?
Are you seriously saying none of them are the father? Is that really true?
Yes, it is. As shocking as it sounds, this is the reality. A mother not knowing who her child's father is. How pathetic.
I was sure at least one of them would be the winner, but all were dud tickets.
This isn't a lottery. Referring to the father of your child like that is just disgusting.
So that's why they suddenly stopped paying child support. I can't believe this is happening to me.
And that's when you decided to come after me for money. Unbelievable.
It's beyond shameful, both as a parent and as a person. Do you have any idea how much money it takes to raise a child? You should at least understand that.
I do, but your actions have crossed every line imaginable. You burdened your mom and dad enough already. It's time to stop.
This is a family matter. You're just an outsider, so keep your nose out of it. We'll take custody of my grandchild. Even your brother and his wife agree the child isn't at fault. But as for you, you're on your own. Take responsibility for your own life. You're joking, right? Are you seriously kicking me out? I'm your daughter.
You should be grateful they're taking care of her.
Quiet! This is none of your business.
None of this would have happened if you hadn't dragged me into it. If you hadn't lied to your mom and said she was mine, I never would have contacted you.
Dad is furious. He says he wants to cut ties with you completely. This is all because you, Mom, stopped giving me money. You've been asking for nearly $2,000 a month. We have our own lives, too.
And you were getting money from other men as well. What were you even using it for?
For the child, obviously.
Don't lie. We know you've been splurging on luxury brands.
You dressed modestly whenever you saw us, but the truth is out. I'm raising a child on my own. I'm allowed to treat myself sometimes. Yet you put her in cheap clothes.
You've also been frequenting singles mixers, haven't you? Were you shopping for a new guy?
Shut up, shut up, shut up! I'm a poor single mom. What's so wrong with leaning on a man for support?
Unbelievable. I never thought you could be this awful. I'll be adding emotional damage to our divorce filing.
That's funny.
We're still in negotiation. It's not too late to change the claim.
Why are you doing this? You're useless as a man, so a little cheating shouldn't even matter.
When we got married, I told myself that if you ever found someone else, I'd let you go without a fight. I never planned on making a big deal even if you cheated.
Then just leave it at that.
Do you think I'm such a pushover that I'll stay quiet after everything you've done?
You're such a petty little man.
By the way, the men you've been extorting child support from are also preparing to sue you for fraud. There's no way out for you now.
Are you serious? Why would they even...
Think back on everything you've done. It's only natural they're furious after being deceived. Brace yourself.
No. No way. If they do that, their wives will find out about everything. I can't let that happen.
Not all of them plan to sue, but some have decided to come clean to their wives and deal with the consequences.
That's absolutely ridiculous. How stupid can they be?
It just shows how deeply hurt they are by your lies. And trust me, I understand exactly how they feel.
Unbelievable. What am I supposed to do now? Mom, please. You can't just throw me to the sharks. You have to help me. This is all you're doing. You need to take responsibility for your actions. That's what being an adult is about. We don't have the energy or resources to deal with you anymore. Don't say that. Jeff, how about I come back as your wife? That would solve everything, wouldn't it?
What kind of sick joke is that? There's no way I'd ever be with someone like you again.
But you can't get married with your condition anyway, right? Having a beautiful wife like me would be something to brag about, don't you think?
A beautiful wife? Hilarious. I feel bad to say this in front of your mom, but honestly, calling you my wife is nothing but a source of shame.
Oh, come on. Please help me. What am I supposed to do if those men come after me? Get me your amazing lawyer to defend me.
Not a chance. Solve your own problems. Don't rely on me.
Please, I'm begging you.
No. In fact, I fully intend to make sure you take responsibility for everything you've done.
Then at least drop your claim. There's no way I can pay when nobody's giving me money anymore.
That's not my problem. Besides, you might end up in jail first. You do know fraud is a serious crime, right?
Jail? No way, I can't survive that. Then I'll be your housekeeper or something. How about hiring me for $6,000 a month? Does that work?
What kind of delusion is that? You really don't understand your situation, do you? I'm done talking to you. From now on, my lawyer will handle everything. Goodbye. And don't ever show your face in front of me again.
Wait, please, don't leave. Jeff, don't abandon me. I'll do anything. Just help me pay for a lawyer. Please. Mom, you can't leave me like this either. Natalie, it's time you rebuild your life on your own. We've run out of the will and resources to help you anymore. This is the end. It's up to you to create a new life for yourself. Oh no.
Natalie was arrested for fraud. She had been scamming multiple men she met on dating apps, fabricating sob stories like, "My baby is sick and hospitalized," or "I'm paying off my parents' debt," to extort money from them. And it wasn't just one or two men. There were many. Some of them were even married, and her lies caused their families to fall apart. The sheer number of offenses was staggering, and during the trial, evidence after evidence was presented. According to her lawyer, she should prepare for a 5-year prison sentence. But it doesn't end there. She's still responsible for repaying the money she swindled, and she's also facing an avalanche of lawsuits for damages. Even after her release, it's doubtful she'll be able to lead a normal life. Her child was taken in by her parents. Though she has no connection to me, her grandmother says the child is innocent and has decided to take full responsibility for raising her. As for me, I finally reclaimed my normal life. Work has been going great, and I was just promoted to a director position. Taking over my father's company is still a long way off, but for now, I'm focusing on working hard toward that goal every single day.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.